say hello, hello. What can I do? 'Cause I'm a medicine woman. How can I help you from staying close and running far? How can I help you learning lessons of...
Well, that song just gave me a dose of the much-needed energy so early in the morning. And our first artist this morning is Jamie Lee Sexton, and she's a singer, a performer and a songwriter based right here in Johannesburg. Her powerful vocals and the array of musical talents she possesses has made her into a multifaceted artist. Her EP, Medicine Woman, is finally released, and she joins us this morning to share more on the offering. Jamie, a very good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Good morning, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Great stuff. First of all, take us through who Jamie is, where you come from, and how music found its way to your heart.
So I actually grew up on a farm. I grew up in a little town called Johannesburg, which is not too far from here.
Yes.
I started singing at the age of 4.
Wow.
My first full song that I ever sang was at the age of 4. But I come from a musical background. My mum is a pianist and both of my sisters play piano. So I come from a musical background, but the bug bit me very, very early on. And, it's never left me.
And professionally, when did you pursue music?
So in high school, I entered Idols when I was about 17. And I made it to the top 12. And then after that, I went to go and study film. I studied at AFTA. I studied film, music, and live performance. And then after that, I decided to go into the industry, and I decided to make it my full-time career.
Right, right. And how would you define your genre of music?
So my genre is pop, but it's pop with a lot of soul. And I call it soul because it's very soulful, and I write my own lyrics.
Sure.
And it's meaningful and introspective, but also it lends itself to people's own experiences.
Sure. Let's talk about your EP, Medicine Woman. Before we get, into the details of what inspired this album, let's talk about the title and the meaning of Medicine Woman.
So Medicine Woman was a very spiritual experience for me. I went to a healer, and I wanted to seek some advice in my own life. And as I walked in, he looked at me and he said, "You're a medicine woman." And I said, "Just explain a little bit." And he said, your music will help heal people.
Jeez.
So, Medicine Woman, the EP.
Okay. So what aspects of your music have got, that healing abilities or capabilities?
So the way that I like to think of it, I write from my own life and I write from my own experiences. And what I'd like to think is that my experiences can translate to other people's lives. And in some instances, I hope that people don't feel alone, and that they know that somebody out there has gone through the same thing, and someone out there is going through the same thing.
Yes.
So in turn, I like to think that music is my medicine.
Okay. What is it that you write about? I mean, what really inspires you to get out of bed and start writing music?
So that's a very, very good question. I write about emotional states that I go through. I write about hardships that I go through, but I also write about the successes that I've achieved. And I think that that's quite a global understanding, and that's quite a global interaction that I feel with people that I speak to through my fans on social media.
Yeah.
And for instance, like this music video, Medicine Woman, is about the strength and the power of woman.
Right.
And being Women's Month, I think that it's quite apt.
Indeed,
Yeah.
it is indeed.
Yeah.
And just how different are the songs in this EP compared to your previous commercial radio hits with the songs It's True and We Need to Talk?
So It's True and We Need to Talk is also on the album, but the other songs, like I've got a ballad called We Are Brave, and I wrote that in the pandemic. And I wrote that about at a time where I wasn't feeling very brave. And that as a unit, people, when they are brave, are very, very strong and actually quite spectacular. So the other songs, speak about, one of them is called Stand Up, and it's about standing up for something that you believe in, and standing up in a dark time and seeing light at the end of the tunnel. So it is an array of different emotions and different life experiences.
And why do you think you were not brave at that particular time? And what gave you the strength to keep on keeping on?
Life has a funny way of knocking us down, and I wasn't. And I was actually finding it hard to write music at the time.
Okay.
I was finding it hard to find inspiration, and I was finding it hard to translate what I was feeling. And We Are Brave came at a wonderful time in my life, and it actually opened up the doors to this EP that I have right now.
I see. You were once a member of a band back in 2014, right?
Yes.
So why did you decide to go solo?
My vision changed, and what I wanted to do as a solo artist was quite different to what I was doing with the band.
Got you.
So I decided to change direction and to make it more personal, and yeah.
And you just said earlier on that you enrolled at AFDA and you were doing an honours degree in live performances. So how is it helping you now?
Wow, AFDA was such a beautiful journey because it taught me about live performance. It taught me about how to interact with different audiences. I mean, from television to film to stage. It really, really aided me in becoming the performer that I am today.
And quickly tell us about your nominations in the Vasari Music Awards.
Yes, I'm very, very excited about that. Yes, I was nominated for 2 awards. I was nominated for Best Pop Artist of the Year and Best Songwriter of the Year.
Wow, well done and all the best.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So how do your fans connect with you?
My fans, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and obviously all of my music is on different platforms like Spotify and Apple Music and Deezer.
Okay, so where to from here? Any plans of a follow-up album?
Yes. Yeah? So I've actually started my new album, and Sampra has actually come on board. So a very big shout out to Sampra for making this new album and this new body of work possible.
Right.
So I've jumped straight into the new album and also planning a tour at the end of the year.
Right. Jamie Lee, all the best, man. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Great stuff. We just spoke to singer-songwriter Jamie Lee Sexton, who got nominated for 2 awards for the Pop Artist of the Year and for Songwriter of the Year at the Vasari Music Awards.